when you're looking at your orthographic views, let's say this is, we'll just use 1 inch here. And this is the right side of that. Let's call him 1 inch. So if I were to draw an oblique, and we'll put a hole in there so you can use that as a reference there. So I start with this front here, and if I were going to do a cabinet, then whatever this distance is, I would take half of that distance. So instead of going back 1 inch, I would go back ½ inch, and then generate, and that would be a cabinet. Well, if I was going to make that a general, and I say 75% of that distance, then whatever the total distance is and the intermediate distances is, you take 75% of that. So 75% of 1 is what? 0.75. Yeah. So in this case here, I would just go back 0.75, that distance, for the depth. Now, if this was, let's say if we had a cutout in here, and that cutout was, let's say, we made this 0.75, and that cutout was 0.25, and so that would give us this here. Then for this cutout, this total distance would still be 0.75, but for this cutout, it's 0.75 of 0.25, which gives me what? 0.25 is
25%.
of an inch.
Quarter inch.
Quarter inch.
Yeah.
So how many eighths is that?
It'd be 3/8. No. It'd be
How many sixteenths? Let's make it 16.
3/16.
4 sixteenths?
3/16. No.
Quarter inch?
No.
It'd be 4/16.
4/16. So 3/4 of 4/16 is. So 3/16 is so 3/16 in decimal is. But anyway, you see, so we're taking 75% of that. That gives us 3/16. So for this cutout, we would go back 3/16 of an inch, and then that would be our cutout for this oblique. That will produce the cutout. So every dimension is 3/4 is multiplied by 0.75, and then that's what distance you take it back. Just like every distance here on your is multiplied by 0.5 on your cabinet, and that's your distance.
75% of